Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So today's video is going to be part 2. We're actually going to start putting this book together, and I think a lot of the inside pages are going to go by pretty quick. So I wanted to get started, and they go from the outside front cover and work their way in. Okay, so here's the binder again, and this is a snap binder. And inside, once you take the plastic off and open it up, there's this little piece here that helps protect the pages that are on the inside. I'm going to leave those in there because you do use them, and the sheets are in there as well as far as the page protectors. Okay, so I put the ribbon over on the side. Some of this we're not going to need, like the photo flips over on the side because we're doing the cover. But I'm just going to go through this ephemera, define the joy, and the other elements. I think there's like a green, is it a green heart? That's the inside cover. Where's the front cover? Here it is. Yes, okay. Yeah, we needed the joy, and we needed a gingham heart and Marion Brights. I think I got the Marion Bright and I got the heart. Yes, okay, so we're going to put the rest of this back in. And in the instructions, they tell you what all you need. I'm a visual person, so sometimes I just look and see, okay, this looks familiar. And then on this, I'm just measuring, making sure I got the right piece. That's going to go on the front. That's our mat, basically. And then it's going to be a solid paper from the 6x8s. And there's the one that we're going to use for that. And all of the interest on that is already on that page. So all we'll have to do is attach that there, and then we can start attaching the rest of it. So let's go ahead and start putting this all together. I'm just laying down my tape runner, and we're going to add some glue. And I do that because I like to have the time to be able to adjust if I need to. If I'm off on a corner, as I'm putting it down, I can lift it right back up, and it's not going to be permanent to where I can't lift. You know what I mean? So that glue gives me a little bit of wiggle time. Now on this other one, I wanted to show you, you could use that, the tape, my dot adhesive, but on the cover, because I really want it to stay forever, I'm grabbing the double-sided tape. This is score tape, which I know my little scrapbook store just recently got some in. I think it's on wait list again, but if you want some, I would go ahead and get on the wait list. That way they know how much to order, because it really is a great double adhesive. And now I'm using this tool here that helps pull up the edges on the double-sided tape. It makes it so much easier. I love it. Now you do have to make sure you press it down, because if you don't, you'll just be bringing up the whole tape. But once you like really give it a little bit of a press, then you'll be able to pull it right up. So just making sure I have it even on both the top and the bottom. The joy is going to cover up down there, and then we'll put the heart right up above. Okay. Now into the instructions, they do say use foam adhesive and place the joy die cut on top of the eggnog, because the paper has the word eggnog on it, so you want to cover that up. And then right now I'm looking for my foam adhesive, because that was the one thing I did not bring out. Sorry for that little jump there. I wound up having to pause while I find my foam. I'm like, where did I put it? Okay, so this is some really old foam, because it's from I can't even think of the name of the place now. I just had it in my brain, and just says, not Stampin' Up. Yeah, Stampin' Up. Yeah. The Stapling Up foam. I used to get this foam all the time. I love these foam squares because they're just high enough. They're not too tall. They're nice and thin. And I mean, when I first started crafting is when I got these, okay? But they're good. They're still good. So I'm using them. I'm using them up because I found some. So I'm like, you know what? Let me use them because they're the perfect height. And I'm even putting some on the back of the heart. And I did cut it up so that way it would fit. And then we're just going to go ahead and take the backing off. And whenever I use foam adhesive, I always usually put like a couple of dots on the back. Not a whole lot of glue, just a little dot. It just adds a little bit of wiggle room for that as well. Because if you put it, it's not in the completely right spot. You can lift back up, adjust, and then press down. So same thing with the heart, and then putting that there. Okay, and then I think out of the enamel dots, they said to put 2 dots on top of the heart. So that's what we're going to do. But I did, oh, they also have one in the center of the poinsettia there. And I think I got a bigger gem. I think they might have used the medium because they come in 3 sizes, right? So it would say small, medium, and large. I used one of the large ones, but hey, do what makes you happy, okay? Mine, you can still see the inside parts of the flower around it, so I was okay with it. A little bit smaller, you probably would have seen it a lot clearer. Okay, so the next part that they talk about is putting on the die cut and the ribbon, but I don't want to do that yet because I want to wrap it around at the end, and I want to make sure that everything that needs to be in place for the inside of the album is there. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the inside. So on the inside, we've got our green paper. It's the pine, and it's going to be the side with the polka dots. And then now I'm looking through to find this piece here, because this is going to create our little pocket. And then we'll be able to stuff a few of the items in there. So let's start by putting this down. All right, and on this one, I grabbed my ATG gun only because I want the double-sided tape that the tape dot liner has, but I just want it to be a little bit stronger, so I went to the ATG gun because it's very similar to me in strength as the score tape, but maybe just not as strong, because score tape is really a strong double adhesive. And we'll go ahead and put that down. And then on this one, it's going to be important that we put it only on the 3 sides, okay? Because that's how we're going to create the pocket. But this is where I realized I put it on upside down. So I'm just lightly rubbing my finger. I know it's off camera, just bear with me. I'm rubbing my finger on the top part where I put the ATG tape to take it off. Okay, and it's very easy to come off. If you can't get it off with your finger, then you can grab one of those rubber erasers and it would help pull it off as well. And then I'm putting a little bit of wet glue along those 3 edges, and then there's your pocket. Now we're going to go through and pick out the elements that we need for that. So it says we need the one with the Santa Claus and December up at the top. So I'm looking for that. And I want to say, let me look at this. Christmas greetings. No, that's not it. Yeah. It's just the journal elements. I don't know that I looked at the. Oh, I found them. So we have this long one for like journaling, and then you have the one with the December on it. And then in the other package of ephemera, I thought it was going to be, I had the fussy cut, that 3x4 element, but they have it right in here. So this Santa with the Mary, we got to grab an ivy out of the bits and pieces, and then the two like snowflakes, one red and one green, which I grabbed there. Okay. And then in the center of those, we're going to use enamel dots. So we're going to go ahead and get this, the Mary with the Santa Claus. And I'm not putting glue on the top where the Santa Claus head is, because he's going to kind of hang up over top of the edge. And we want to make sure that we keep the glue off of the Santa so we don't close our pocket up. Then we're going to add the ivy. And then we'll go ahead and attach these as well, because I want to get everything attached so that way I can then do the ribbon. Now on the snowflakes, it does say to put foam on those so that way they get a little bit of height. Yeah, because it says place the large green snowflake from the bits and pieces above and to the right of the red snowflake using foam adhesive. So you could make the red one flat and then just pop up the green one like they say, or I think I popped them both up. I think I already put my book away. Yeah, I used foam on both because you can, you know what I mean? You don't have to do one and not the other. It's up to you how you want your book to look. So you can take liberties as you're, going through this. So no mistake is going to ruin anything. You can just change it up. If you don't want to use snowflakes, put something else down that's in the bits and pieces, because I doubt you're going to use the entire bits and pieces in this whole album. You'll probably be left with something. And now in the centers, we're going to put a red enamel dot. Since this is the bigger one, I'm going to put the large. And then on the green, I believe I put the medium. Oh no, I think I put a large on that one too. All right. So now that's done. We can put our pieces back in. Boom, boom. And then, there's my cat, Salem. I mean, these cats are really enjoying this little series. We've had 2 make appearances. Okay, so now I'm taking the double-sided tape and I'm putting it down the front of the binder. And I'm doing that because I want it to lay nice and flat on the front with the ribbon. And so I'm going to leave it there. And then we'll bring it. And I was going, oh yeah, I did. I put it down there thinking I would put it right along the edge, not realizing that when I went to the inside, it was slightly off. It wasn't in the exact same spot. Don't ask me how. But yeah. So I'm doing some fussying here because I'm trying to figure out, okay, can we make this work? Can I get it to kind of go to the side or angle a little bit and still, cover up the tape that I put down? Because did I mention? Yeah, this is a very sticky tape. So I had to grab the undo to even get this to start to come up. And I tore a little bit of the paper. I don't mind that. It just gives it a little bit of interest. But I was like, thank God for the undo, because yeah, it didn't lay where I wanted it to. So now we're going to try doing it there. All right. So now I'm just working on a bow, so that way I can see, because I'm just going to attach mine straight to the front. I'm not going to like wrap it around, because obviously it's glued down, right? So I'm making my bow and then trying to see how I want the strings or the ends to lay. And I think mine wind up just hanging down, straight down. And I cut on an angle. And there you go. I think that's a good portion. And then we're going to wrap the rest of that up. Because I'm the type, I don't know if they're going to make us do this at the end, but sometimes at the back, when the back is done, I will put ribbon on that back end too, because I like how it'll kind of tie into the front. It won't have its own bow, but I can just do a wraparound. So I like the fact that we get plenty. Thank you, Michelle, for that. All right. So now we got the baker's twine. I'm going to go ahead and put down the double-sided tape there and a little bit of glue, so that way my little edge piece here will lay down. And then on here, I'm just trying to kind of make a little bit of space so that way I can get the baker's twine to go through. And then we're going to get this attached to our front, and I'll just glue that straight down. Art glitter glue is very strong. If you have this or like the Barely art, no, it's not Barely art glue. It's Barely, I think it's Barely glue, something like that. Those are really strong, and it'll hold the fabric ribbon really down securely. And now I'm putting the baker's twine through the bulb. And we're going to make I think I do a knot on this one. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm just doing a knot. And I think do I wind up? Okay, so there's the Merry and Bright. And I'm going to help this by putting a little bit of foam, because it does mention this in the directions, on the edge that's on the side. So it's not going to move, right? Because it's lifted up just a little bit because of the bow. So the foam's pieces are going to help it to lay flat and look nice. And then that way is not dependent on the baker's twine, if that makes sense. And you don't run the risk of it, twisting and twirling in the wind, and then you wind up having to, put something else on it later down the road if it breaks off. It's all attached. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the very tips of the baker's twine, so that way it doesn't unravel. All right. And then there you have it. You have your front and the inside of the album done. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue under here because I realized I did not put any glue down. And I wanted to make sure that it doesn't really move. All right, so on the next video, we will be starting with our inside pages, and I'm going to see how fast or how this all comes together. If it seems like it goes by really quickly, I'll do as many pages as I can, so that way you see the whole book before the end of December. Okay, so we'll be starting on that on the next video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will have all the links to my little scrapbook store down below, so definitely go over to the store and get this if you're wanting help in putting an album together for like December daily, or just to do up as a gift for people. Definitely go and get this, you guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great day.